He wasn't born of royalty. His dad's blue collar. He's a carpenter, not even a rabbi, much less maybe a leader, someone from the Sanhedrin. Jesus is less in every sense of the word. His backroom birth is one that the world would not even notice. And I say, God, why didn't you give him the palace and the trumpets and the beautiful satin? And God says, how dumb are you? I wanted his birth to be less. Because for every person who has ever been told they were less than they should be, I don't know who it was in your life. I don't know if it was your dad that withheld from you that pat on the back that I believe in you, that was always saying these grades could be better, that score could be better, you should have run harder, you should have caught that ball. Maybe it was your mom who withheld from you that blessing that parents ought to give, but sometimes because of our own brokenness, we're here saying, well, I'm so disappointed in you. Maybe it was a coach, maybe it was a teacher, maybe it's a boss who doesn't recognize what you do, and maybe it's a spouse who is constantly nagging you because you aren't like the guy next door or the lady down the street or the person who works with them. I don't know who you get compared to and told you are less, but praise God, God said, don't you dare believe it, because through Jesus Christ I have made you more than a conqueror. You are all you need to be in him. Do you believe that? Because you see, when we see the Jesus in the manger, when we see the baby, when we see the least of these, and it's Jesus Christ, the greatest of these, it's God placing his hands on the shoulder of every person who's ever been told you're less. You're not good enough. And God says, I've made you more. It happened in sports for me. I was a skinny kid. It's hard to imagine now, but I was really, really skinny. I mean, painfully, what's wrong with that kid, skinny in high school? I was pretty good at grades, did all right in English class, but I'm telling you what, sports was painful. And it was my senior year that Coach Womack, now this was the football coach, so Coach Womack was all about the football team. And I had been for 4 years at Redlands High School walking down the hallways with these guys wearing their jackets, big old brawny boneheads, but you know, they're the ones that all the girls are like, oh, there goes so-and-so. There goes John Tamron. Let me tell you, John Tamron. I've had it up to here with John Tamron. He's just, all he is big. That's all he is. His mom and dad gave that to him. He didn't even work hard at it. Man, he's a big old guy walking down the hallway, and here I come with my pack of nerd friends, you know, walking by him, because we were less. We were just less. So anyway, Coach Womack, I get him as my PE teacher my senior year. What a curse from God. Because Coach Womack gets up on the first day and says, all right, ladies. That's what he loved to call us. All right, ladies, let me tell you something. I know that some of you are brilliant. Some of you get great grades in your third year languages, in your honors chemistry. He's listing my classes. Some of you get great grades and you're really impressive. But let me tell you what, in here, I don't care about that. Because he says, if you don't have a good body, what are those brains going to do for you? All the football players going, yeah. And all my nerd buddies, we're going, oh, just take me now, Lord. He says, we're going to get out there and run, and I don't want any of you sissies running behind him. He's looking right at us. And I remember that moment of just thinking, why? Why? Why can't I be the more guy? Why can't I be the big guy? So off we go on this mile run. And I'm running beside these great big guys. And in my head, I'm thinking, God, if you could just give me that. If you could just give me that. If I could ever weigh as much as that guy does. Of course, you get there, and it's not quite like you thought it would be. I mean, even if I could put it where I wanted to have it back then. For anybody here who's ever felt that, for anybody here who's ever been told you're less, you know what the big guys were thinking as they ran, right? Man, I wish I had as easy a time in class as that guy. I wish that I could talk as smooth as that guy over there. At least that's what I've told myself for the last 35 years. Jesus came less than anyone could have imagined, the lowest of the low, so that he could reach out to you and I and say, how would you like more? More love, more joy. Let me give it to you, and it's real simple. Here's the thing I want you to remember. Jesus came as more than we could ever imagine.